Hello everybody, and welcome back to one of my walk and talks. Third day in a row. Look at that. And yes, I know, but Bee, your videos aren't getting any views. You can't even break 100 and you have less than 20 likes. Yeah, I know, thank you. Here's the thing, my self-worth and validation has nothing to do with, the amount of likes and views that I get. Are they cool? Is it that nice to have? Yes, so go check out my other videos and make sure to hit that thumbs up on it, as well as on this one. Because it's like some big, weird online popularity contest on here where, and I'll let these people, I'll let them have it. Because clearly, to them, the amount of views and likes and shares, blah blah blah, all of that somehow equates to their worth as a human being, and if that's how they feel, then clearly they're just very insecure, and just not, I mean, I have to let them have it, right? This style of video doesn't usually, in portrait mode, and I'm not doing it live either, so if I was to have gone live and done this, I would have had a better turnout. It works like that for some reason. If you just do a pre-recorded, a lot of the time it doesn't hit the algorithm, but if it's live, it will always hit the algorithm. So, well, I'd say, not always, but I would say more likely. So, that's why if I post a video, there are ones I've done pre-recorded that I get, 200 views on, where if I go live, when the live ends, I have 400 views on it instead. So it's a whole thing. So I mean, it's a conscious choice, because I can't look at the chat while I'm doing this. I can't do 3 things at once. I just cannot do it. But I am putting together a live because I was inspired yesterday. Yes, that's right, I was inspired because Natasha's back on her bullshit. And yeah, and it's so funny because yesterday, guys, I had just said that I was looking at her analytics last week. Was it last week? Might have been 2 weeks ago. And nothing seemed sus about it. It seemed legit. It seemed like, legitimate, organic growth. I really wanted to take you guys to the cemetery that's down that way, but they closed their gates so early. I mean, we could go check. Do you guys want to go check? We can go check. Let's go check and not be a creeper with this woman walking her dog. Oh God, I know all of these dogs too. I used to work I literally used to work a block from here. And it was those of you who are Canadian are probably familiar with Pet Value. And those of you down south are probably familiar with Pet Supermarket. It's the same family, same company. So, but they decided not to do business in the U.S. A year ago, and that was when I lost my job. But I did work in the pet industry, and I'm a certified pet nutritionist, and I have a certification in every type of animal you could think of, but primarily cats and dogs. But you have to get the certification for a position in them. So yeah. And I mean, as much as I love animals, and I love animals, I know somebody who doesn't like animals though. As much as I love animals, a job like that, I'm telling you, it makes you almost hate them. Especially when you have that. For those of you who are familiar with the setup, you guys know that there's the dog wash stations. And let me tell you guys, I mean, maybe some staff give you an attitude about it, and sometimes I want them to give an attitude, because if you come in with your 3 huskies and I have to clean up after that, and then they poop on the floor, no, I'm not going to be in a very good mood with you, and I'm certainly not going to that's about to take all my patience. But it makes me kind of dislike animals in general, my own animals. Sometimes it's overwhelming and frustrating, because I'm doing my own. I have so many. But there was an incident last night, so guys, keep Paolo in particular in your thoughts. I really want to go the other way. I want to go to the other one. There's too many people. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, there was an incident last night involving RT and our cat Domino, and Paolo, and Paolo's not in great shape, and Chicory got involved in that. I thought that music was coming from my phone, but it's the other person. I was like, what? It wouldn't be the first time that I had something playing. I didn't realize it. This is cool down here. This is a little local plant shop, so you can come down here and there's like plants. I don't know how else to put it, but they have some cool signage that they put up on the intersection up here. And it was a really nice way to do it. This was abandoned for a while. We're going towards my old elementary school, guys. Oh, all right. I don't know if I've mentioned I grew up here, so this is kind of my stomping ground. And I don't know how many of you guys are interested in architecture. I'm guessing probably not many, but I think everybody can appreciate a beautiful looking house. Yeah, the other one doesn't allow dogs. This one does. I walk my dogs down here sometimes. I'm telling you, I'm terrified of the gates closing. And why are they open? Oh, Snaposaurus. Do we dare, guys? Do we dare? Do we dare? This is the one that we all used to try to get into on Halloween because I used to trick or treat in this particular neighborhood. Like I said, this is the not so pretty one. Does it say on the gate? It does say on the gate that it closes. 3:30. It's not 3:30 yet. It's almost 3:30. Okay. So yeah, probably not a good idea. Let's see. But yeah, next time we'll go down in this one and we'll go down by the river. But getting back to architecture, a lot of people here probably aren't from Rhode Island, but I know that I have a couple of Rhode Islanders in here. Especially my friend Rhody Gal. Yes. There's another one too, another woman who is frequently in chat, who I know is not from this particular part, but if you're in Rhode Island, you can drive across it in 40 minutes. So we're all near each other. But so yeah, so I was they're probably familiar with the east side of Providence and how beautiful the houses are there. And I used to walk over there before, and I stopped doing it after I was working at that type of thing because I was running into clients, and I kind of just wanted to do my own thing and listen to my podcasts or whatever. And I would because it's literally the beautiful architecture, multi-million-dollar homes. Some of them really old, but some of them are modern. And I can tell you the story behind the most modern and one of the most expensive. I know the family. They were very loyal clients of mine. See, this particular family, guys, is proof that my business method works, right? So they actually praised me for it. There was another woman who worked for me, who was very pushy. She was very good at sales, but it was manipulative, right? So she would just push any high ticket items, regardless of whether they were quality or not, to get her sales numbers. And it used to piss me off because but I'm just not here's the thing, with customers that and you knew this, I hate saying it, but those of you who have done sales, it's sometimes when you find out somebody has money, people like this girl, they would literally target them, and so nobody else could help those customers. But those customers, they didn't like her, and I was really glad about that because I had no idea who they were when they came in. I just treated them like any customer. I never gave preferential treatment to people who looked like they had money like she did. I don't think that's fair. I'm gonna treat somebody who has a one, single line transaction the same as somebody who's got multiple, even though it makes my numbers look bad. And that's what I'm saying, though. That's my point, is that I'm not willing to sell out. So I'm not going to sell you something, even though it was clear that if you looked at their car, you're okay, yeah. The husband and the wife, and their son, who had literally just gotten his permit and already had a brand new Mercedes. But that's so I even told them, and I mean, people look at them and they see people like that as like cash cows, and I hate that because you don't know what somebody's situation. Like, everybody always wants to save a dollar, right? So like, you know, they came in, they were getting a brand new puppy, a gorgeous dog, purebred golden retriever, but like I haven't seen golden retrievers quite this healthy looking. Like, you know, the breed is clearly just standard, and great looking dog, named Dakota. But they were about to pick her up from the breeder, and so they were getting like puppy stuff. So they came in and they were looking at beds and crates and stuff and all of that. And they were looking at the crates, and I was like, listen, you know, I probably shouldn't be telling you this, because obviously my boss, like, I might be the boss here, but my boss doesn't really appreciate when my numbers don't look good. But you can get this much cheaper somewhere else. I'm not going to sell something with an enormous markup when I know that, like, they're going to feel duped and cheated, especially with an item like that. Like, if it's something that you pay a little bit more for a more mom and pop kind of feel, and actually good service, that I don't have an issue with. But when it's marked up something that's like insane, and those were only a couple different items, like crates were the main one, but I was not comfortable with it. I mean, or else I marked them down for people, which I did sometimes, you know, because I made the rule. Nobody ever said anything to me. I mean, I was successful, but regardless, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, she appreciated. So when they actually got the puppy to come get the rest of the stuff, they came in and specifically wanted me, and I built this relationship up with them, because let me backtrack, you know, ADHD, so let me backtrack. The mom would come in, the woman would come in, and she'd come in for like 1 or 2 items at a time. Like, she wasn't buying like a whole heap of things. And I had no idea who she was when I Googled her name, because it would, you know, she was talking, she said something about like knowing, yeah, we knew somebody mutual, and I was like, how do you know that person? And then I was like, oh, okay, so this is like she's a public figure, like, that's why, okay, makes sense now. And so, like, I built this relationship with her. I never pressured her to buy anything, and, you know, I think she's not used to that. She told me that. She's like, I'm not used to that. Usually people see me walk in and they see, you know, the image I present, and they jump on it like vultures. And you didn't do that, and I like that. So I will be doing business with you from now on. And every time she came in after that, at least a $500 a pop. And any sale over 100 is going to jack your numbers up. 200, you're golden. And, you know, if customers come in and spend, and there was one time that the customer, she spent, like, when we were going out of business and we were liquidating assets and stuff, she spent like $900. And I was like, oh my God. But she got like $4,000 worth of stuff though, so you know, it worked. I gave her a little bit of an extra discount because I could. And but see, that's the thing. I make those connections with my customers, and it makes for a long-term success plan. I'm not just gonna like take what I can get from people and then move on to the next group, which is what Natasha's seeing the backlash for, by the way. And she won't take accountability for it. She's just like, well, I've done nothing wrong. No, that's not it. These people don't hate you for no reason. They hate you because you literally scammed them and cheated them. And maybe scam by, like, its actual definition wouldn't apply. So to be fair, I try not to use that word, although I use it anyways, because she's really good at towing that line, right, of what's legal and what's not. But, you know, unfortunately for her, there are people like me who, I actually judge people on, like, morals more than I do laws, because there are some laws that are just stupid. So I would rather judge somebody for what they do and how it affects other people, rather than the laws that they've broken. You know, to an extent. You guys know what I mean. Obviously, if you've done some horrible shit, then that's I might have some feelings about it, but yeah, so but that's how I do it. And it might not get results quickly, you know, and people can laugh and make fun of it all they want. You know, it doesn't mean, give it time. I'm not in any hurry. but you got to make it sustainable. And that was kind of a mistake I made in my last social media journey, because I'm going to leave it at that, because like I like letting people find out for themselves, because everybody's journey is different on here as a creator, whether it's on YouTube or wherever, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. It all has similar vibes, and I'm telling you right now, like, there's a big difference between the attitude of people who blow up overnight versus people who work slowly for what they have. And it's not like a fault of their own, it's just a different mindset. And I fell into the first category with Instagram. And I learned from that. I'm not in a rush. I'm not going to push the boundaries of what I'm allowed to do just to continue, you know? Because once you've like put it, well, I mean, of course it's not the same for everybody. I can't say everybody has the same experience, but I think many people I've discussed it do. But yeah, anyways, it's these homes like down here, and theirs was done by a really famous architect, and the house is gorgeous. It's literally my dream home. I watched it be built, and when they told me that that's where they lived, I was like, oh my god. That's literally my dream home. I was like fangirling. Because some of the houses up here are gorgeous, guys. Like, you have no idea. These are like multi-million-dollar homes. So this is the east side of Providence. And very, very wealthy, affluent. I did not grow up particularly, I grew up kind of adjacent to this. I grew up amongst this community, though. So, like, the kids I went to school with all lived here. In private school, anyway. But I lived right over the line into the next town, which is still super nice, right? Like, this house is another one of my favorites. It's got a pool in the back. That one there. But it looks like a creeper, like I'm zooming in on somebody watching. I really want you guys to see these, though. Oh my god. I'm telling you, like, if you're into architecture, just going, maybe we should. Do you guys want to do that? I might do that. What do you think, guys? You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. I'll take you guys with me. I actually, like I said, the main reason I stopped walking this bike is because of my social anxiety, and it was too much running into people I knew over and over and over and over and over again. But I think it's like been long enough that I'm comfortable, and I'll bring you guys with me. So if anybody asks, I'm on. Alright, let's cross the street. This house is gorgeous right here. I remember when the one that was there prior burned down. I was in elementary school. When they rebuilt it, they imported the marble or some kind of rock in from Italy to build it. And these guys have like these Italian cars shipped in on these tractor trailers. And it's like an elderly couple, so I'm like, what are you guys doing with that? But I guess if you've got it, this used to be an old trolley station back from like the 1800s. I don't know why it's still here, but I can go glad it is. Yeah. Okay. I'm risking it. Go that way. First street. Oh no. I'm not here. I am not here, guys. I think I just ran into like the worst person I could possibly run into. Well, I don't know. We're gonna stand right here. Looking at the really great landscaping there. Please go. Go. Thank you. Sorry guys, this is something I really don't want to see. You know, of course, I hadn't seen him. He was part of the reason I didn't stop walking over here. And of course, the one time I decided to go over there, because without fail. It's a sort of look I had over this. I know, he's going home, so just avoid his house. And that's how we'll handle that. But I gotta cross the street. as you can see, because it's people like my parents' age. A lot of them are my parents' friends, or acquaintances, rather. They don't like it when I don't use very specific terms, so acquaintances. Oh, okay. Let's do this. I can tell you all the houses of these I've been in. It's quite a few. I used to love it though, because a lot of them have like these weird like back staircases, and like look at these. Like these, and I know for those of you who are like down south, like in Georgia for instance, you guys are looking at these and you're like, we have these in like the middle class. Here, that's not the case. Here, you can't even get a one-bedroom shack for under 100,000. So, and that's like that would be like cheap and like probably condemned. When I bought my house back in 2017, which was a buyer's market rather than now it's a seller's market, big time. Like I said, my house increased in value by $200,000 in the past like 2 years. So I think I have 1 year left before it can be sold and not have like a penalty for the loan or blah blah blah. And I probably will take advantage of that. Anyways, this is beautiful Cole Street. We're gonna go by where I used to go to karate, because I did karate for quite some time. I did competitive kickboxing as well. I've had a very interesting life, guys. Y'all are just scratching the surface. You know, like I said, I'm an open book. Anything you want to know, I'll tell you. Want to know about my life? I'm writing a book anyway, so I'm really not like a private person. It really depends. It depends on what I'm doing. But like, I enjoy doing stuff like this, and I just had to check that it was actually recorded because if it wasn't, I was about to scream. My house is huge. What I was saying though is that I paid $199,000 for my house back in 2017, and it is a 1-story. Well, technically 2 stories because the basement, like I said. Maybe I didn't post that video. Actually, you know what? I don't think I did, so you guys don't know. It only had one owner. It was built in the 70s, so it's one of the newer houses around. But the guy, like, he didn't know what he was doing, so like he did a lot of the work in the house himself, and it's terrible. I always loved this one. But yeah, so they had the basement finished, but before they could put it up for sale, because it wasn't up to code, and it didn't have a permit to have been built in the first place, they had to rip it out. So technically it's like a 1-story, 1 bathroom, 3 bedroom, but one of those bedrooms is like a closet, a living room, a dining room, and a kitchen, and a sunroom, and a little backyard that is not fenced in. That is, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm grateful to have a roof over my head. I mean, my only complaint is it's loud. I live like on an intersection, and like I said, I live right on the cusp of the not so nice part of my city. So, oh, why am I going down this way? Why am I doing this to myself? Oh boy. Okay. Wait, stop sign. Okay, cool. Okay. I probably should have done this earlier. There less people out. I wanted to do something new and exciting and fun. What's more exciting than beautiful New England architecture and multi-million-dollar homes? This one I like a lot too. It was up for sale recently, and I'm like, oh, I wish. I'd say maybe someday, but like, I'm a realist, so I know that ain't gonna happen. There's that pavement. Go around. Okay. But yeah, I figured I'd bring you guys with me. I don't know how long I want to go down this way. I might end up just going back to my usual little cemetery. How about that though, guys? Like the first time rather, that I decided to go back down this way in probably over a year because I've been avoiding somebody. The one, literally the minute I cross the street, there he is at the intersection. There he is. Oh, that's my luck for you. I know the people that live there too. Beautiful house there. They have a beautiful dog. It's a red lab. I've never heard of that before. I forget its name. It's a gorgeous house. But this one here is a work of art, and you should see the pool they have. It is, well, you can't see it, but like, if you could. And wait till, oh guys, wait till you see the new buildings. This one. And like, this is all within walking distance, so it's like a nice neighborhood to walk in. Like, I don't even have to drive anywhere to get here. I can just walk. I am exactly 2 miles from my house. I'm not telling you which direction though. Probably not exactly, no. It's probably a little bit more because I didn't start my watch until a little later. Oh yeah, that was definitely him. Oh no. Oh god, yes it was. Oh, guys, look at my luck. It's insane. It's insanity. Hopefully he didn't see me. I don't want him to see me. If he sees me, it has to be like, I have to actually have like painted my face on it. Actually worn like clothing that I feel presentable in, and not, you know, black jeans and my hoodie again. Oh god. Damn it. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I know I'm being encouraging. You guys don't need to know that though. No, you do not. Yeah, because he'd be coming home from work, because that's right there. Really? Oh well. It's gorgeous out here, right? I always feel like people think I'm talking to myself, but whatever. Well, let's get back to like YouTube stuff, right? I'm probably boring. And then nobody cares. That's cool. Sometimes I don't care either. Sometimes I don't care about what other people say too, so you know, that's fair. But yeah, so this house is huge. It's like a state is an entire block. We used to all live in here. When I was growing up, they used to